Hello boys and girls. Today I'm going to teach you how to draw a woodland deer. My first step is to draw the shape of the head. And I'm going to draw my head in the center of my paper, but a little over to one side so I can fit the rest of the body in the drawing. So that you can see, I'm going to draw a circle right here. This is the shape of my deer's head. Next, I'm going to draw the eyes. There's many different ways to draw eyes on a deer. You can draw, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to draw some big eyes in the center of the head, but over to the sides. Kind of looks like Spider-Man right now. I'm going to show you some different ways to draw the eyes on deers, and you can see I lightly sketched them in. You can draw oval shape eyes. You can see they're always close to the sides of the head. And then you can draw pupil inside. I always leave a little bit of white so it looks like light is reflecting. You can draw the eyes closed. So that's just a curved line. And then I just add a little bit of a lash. You don't have to add the lash. You can draw circular eyes. Maybe leave a couple light shining in the eye. Or, similar to my original drawing, you can draw small little eyes. Just like that. So there's all different options. The next thing I'm going to draw is my nose. Nose is going to go a little bit towards the bottom of the head, but not all the way at the bottom because we still want to fit the mouth. So I draw a line on top, and then I draw two curved lines, and then I'm going to draw shape like that. Okay, you can see in this drawing I drew kind of a oval shape, and again there's different shapes that you can do. You can do a triangle shape, you can do an oval, you can do this one, this line on the top and then two lines on the sides, and then you can go like that, or you can draw almost a square shape if you want. Okay. Any nose will look fine as long as it's in the right place in the face. The next thing we're going to draw is the mouth, and I'm going to draw a line down from the center of the nose, and then I'm going to draw a line going like this way. It's like almost a U shape, and then a line going this way. Okay. Again, any mouth is fine. You can do smiling, you can do a big smile. You can do a straight line would be fine. You can do no mouth if you want. Do something like that. Any of those look acceptable, right? Now I'm going to do the ears. And the ears should be nice and big. I think I don't have room for one of my ears. I'll draw this ear over here. And then this one is going to go off the page. Okay. Deer have very big ears. Okay, and we're using reflective symmetry, so if you have an ear on one side, you have another ear on the other side, and if you folded it, it would look like it was reflective. They also have markings on their head, so if you start at the nose, it looks like a T shape. It's going to go around like this, and this is going to go around like this. So already I can see that it's very different than my original deer. This was smaller eyes, smaller nose. Anything is right. You are the artist. And just to be different, I put some flowers on this deer. I think I'm going to put some antlers on this one. So to do the antlers, I'm going to start over here and I'm going to draw a line almost to the top of the page. And on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Remember, that's that reflective symmetry. And then I'm going to go a little bit in and I'm going to draw another curved line over this way. And a little bit in, another curved line over this way. Now, inside, I want to draw the letter V. So I go in like this, and then I go like that. It's like a curved V. And this one, we're going to do the same thing, but on the opposite end. Let's do that again. And do that again. And we have 2 antlers. Now, when you have your Sharpie, you can finish coloring in the eyes with the Sharpie. You can add a little bit of color if you want, or a space for color. And then you can color in the pupil. You can do the same thing with the nose. I usually leave a little bit because of white so that it looks like it's reflecting the light a little bit. And you color it in. There we go. Now I'm going to draw the body. Let's start with the head or the neck. Neck sits on the head. We don't want to make it too skinny or it looks like the head's going to wobble off. So I'm going to draw a line from here. And this is going to curve around. Let's see if we can fit the whole body. And then I'm going to, on this side, I'm going to draw the neck. It's going to go down. We're going to go in to about halfway, about there. Okay. Then I draw the thigh muscle, which is a curved line right here. And over here, we're going to draw the legs folded under one another. Just like that. Now from here, I'm going to draw a line down. And then we'll draw the hoof. And of course we need the tail. Okay, now what we can add is some decorative elements. This one we have some flowers. So maybe we'll add, for this one, we'll add some acorns. I draw an acorn by drawing a U shape, and then that's the acorn part. And then we have this part on top, sits in, there's an acorn. We'll draw another one behind it. There we go. And then we'll draw some leaves. Trying to make these autumn. Okay, and this is why it's good to always work in pencil. I have the Sharpie and now you can see my lines through it. There you go. Okay, and now it's time to color. So I'm going to, I used a little bit of orange and brown for this example. For this example, I'm going to use brown. A little peach maybe. We'll put some pink in the cheeks. Ears. deer has some markings. So I think what I'll do is I'll put white in the areas on where I want spots on my deer. So on his back. Now, this actually is a way that we can resist. This is called resist, when we put a white color wax on first. Then I can go over it with the brown. And it should be lighter. Okay, so you can see where I put the spots in. And then I can just kind of scratch off where the white is. And that will leave my spots. That's resist. Okay, usually when I color, what I do is I press hard and then I lighten the pressure. That creates my shadows for my deer. Okay, I'm gonna color this and be right back. My deer is colored. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some trees in my background. And the way that I do that is I take my pencil and I draw vertical lines where I want my trees. I vary the width. That means sometimes they're thick and sometimes they're going to be thinner. And I add some diagonal lines. Branches grow upward, so we start at the trunk, and if I draw 2 lines going upward like this, it looks like branches coming off of my tree. And the last step is I shade with my pencil. And the trick to this is to use the side of your pencil, shade everything in, and then use a paper towel or a little scrap of a paper towel and fold it into a tip. What I do is I just kind of curl it around itself so it makes a nice little tip. And then I blend Now, the art supply store does sell things called blending stumps, which are very handy and work even better than this, but not all of us have access to that. So this is a great alternative, and it doesn't get your finger all dirty. Next, I use the eraser on my pencil. I clean up any smudges that I don't want in the white background. And then I add some lines so that it looks like a type of tree called a birch tree. Okay. And then use your eraser, draw your lines. Always remember to include your artist's signature. I can't wait to see what you create. Remember, you can include the entire body. You can do half a body.